very special guest, Stan Lee, everybody.
Hi Stan, I just wonder how you ended up with British director Kenneth Branagh, a Shakespearean actor and director, directing Thor.
He wanted to do it. And he's a brilliant guy. And Thor, you know, is based on a mythological character. There's a lot behind it. And we were lucky to get him. I think he did a great job. And he's also, you know, I've met a lot of fairly big people. The more talented they are, the nicer they are, the easier they are to work with. It's always the guy who isn't really that good that becomes temperamental and demanding and so forth. But the guys who really know their stuff, they're a pleasure to deal with. And
Branagh was a big Shakespeare fan.
Oh, that's right.
Big,
And he's great. He's an actor, he's a writer, he's a director. When you get a director who's also an actor, that's terrific. They know how to work with the guys.
It's a big summer, right? You got the Avengers May 4th.
Wait till you see my cameo in that one. I think it's the funniest one I've done yet. You'll get some. I can't wait to see it myself. And the same with Spider-Man. It's unusual. It's unusual.
I always enjoyed your characters. Just curious, who were some of your favorite villains that you ever wrote? I know you like a lot of them, but...
I think my favorite villain probably was Dr. Doom. I like the name Dr. Doom. It's almost as good as Diablo. And I love the fact that he was the king of his own country. And if he did something here in this country, if he committed a crime, you couldn't arrest him because he had diplomatic immunity. They don't play that up enough in the stories now. And also, I tried to make him the kind of guy. I remember I wrote one story where, for some reason, Reed, Sue, and Johnny and the Thing had to go to Latveria, and Sue was saying, "But he might kill us." And Reed said, "No, he promised we'd be safe, and Dr. Doom keeps his word." I like the fact that he might be the world's worst villain, but he keeps his word. You can trust him. I know. I like the mask. Jack did such a great job designing him. I like the reason he became Dr. Doom, and if you don't know, you ought to go back and read the origin story. One of my best. I like Dr. Doom.
What were your thoughts on Spider-Man the musical on Broadway?
I saw the rehearsal, and it was great. Nobody fell down and got hurt at the rehearsal. I haven't seen it since, but I hear that it's much better now. It's been greatly improved, and it's sold out every night, so it must be doing well.
Yeah, so if there was any one character, any one of your characters you could be.
There's one character.
If there's one character you could be, which one would it be?
I could be with?
Which one?
Yeah.
Is that
Daredevil, of course. No. No, if you could be one of your characters.
Oh, if I could be one of my characters.
Or be with.
Well, let me put it this way. I wouldn't mind being a thunder god. I never thought of that, you know. I don't. I guess any one of them would be nice.
One away, you're all of them.
I like the Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., because he's a rough guy. You can tell I'm a real rough guy. I don't know. I can't answer. I don't know. I love them all. I'd be any one of them.
Okay.
Doctor Strange is nice.
Last question over here to the guy.
Well, whether it's a hero or a villain, what have you learned over the years about what the key thing is to put a character over so that readers sympathize with the character, get excited about the character?
How do you
all
put
these all your characters are so durable. What's the key been?
I'm not sure I know the answer to that. When you create a character, you try to, no matter how fantastic the character is, you try to make him in some way believable, as if there could be somebody like this. And then you try to make him likable so that the reader really hopes the character succeeds in whatever he's trying to do, he or she. Now, beyond that, I don't know how to explain it. You do whatever you can to make that character appealing to a reader or to an audience. And you do that by the way you have the character talk, by the personality you give the character. What you're doing, you're creating. You're like a sculptor. You're creating a being. And you could either make the being dull or you can make the being interesting. Now, what makes a being interesting? Why we all have friends. We all have a close friend. We like that close friend better than we like our acquaintances. Why do we like that close friend better? He's more fun to be with. You like the way he or she thinks, whatever it is. You have to do that to the character you create. You have to find a way to make the reader feel, I'd want to be a close friend. I don't know how to put it any other. There's no magic formula. You just have to make the character empathetic and likable as best you can. One thing that very few people are aware of, and I wasn't aware of it until I happened to notice myself, those old stories I wrote had more thought balloons in them than any other comic books. Yeah. The DC books and all the others, they never used thought balloons. And I didn't do this knowing, I wasn't aware I was doing this, but I used a hell of a lot of thought balloons, and I realized later it gave me a chance to show not only what a character is doing, not only what the character is saying, but what the character is thinking. And I think that helped the reader get to know the character and care more about the character. And it was very strange. The competition never really caught on to that. Over the years, they never really used thought balloons. And I think they are so valuable in a comic strip because it just helps you to get to know the character.
Maybe that's why Marvel surpassed DC.
Maybe
sales
that had a lot to do with it. Excelsior!